Honestly, that's exactly why we started the deep dive. We take all that source material, could be articles, research, even your own notes, and we really dig in. We pull out those core nuggets of knowledge, the key insights, and we try to present them in a way that's hopefully not just informative, but actually engaging, maybe even fun. Today we're diving deep into something pretty profound. It's a text that really hits the core of what makes an ultimate spiritual guide. And importantly, it sheds light on that crucial relationship between an enlightened teacher and, someone following the path. We're exploring a fascinating Buddhist text called the Sahana Sutta, or as it's often translated, the Lion's Roar.
Yeah, and this isn't just some obscure text tucked away somewhere. It's actually a very bold, very clear statement from the Buddha himself. It's where he lays out this unique set of capabilities, you could almost call them spiritual superpowers, that really set him apart. It defines him as this extraordinary spiritual guide, distinct from anyone else, other teachers, advanced practitioners, even gods. It really establishes his unique place.
Absolutely. So our mission today is to unpack these 10 distinct powers, Dasa Bala and Pāli. We want to understand why they make him such an exceptional teacher, such a qualified guide. And for you listening in, we'll explore what this means for really grasping Buddhist wisdom, and crucially, what it tells us about the nature of that ultimate guide-follower relationship, how that kind of perfectly attuned guidance can really transform your own journey, your own path. Okay, so let's unpack this right away, the Sahana Sutta. What exactly is it? And why the name Lion's Roar? It sounds so, powerful.
It really is significant. It's a discourse, the Sahana Sutta, found in the Anguttara Nikaya, which is one of the major collections in the Pāli canon.
Right, the early Buddhist scriptures.
Exactly. The core teachings preserved over centuries. So this sutta holds considerable weight. And the name Sihanada, literally lion's roar. It's more than just poetry. Think about a lion's roar in the wild. It's, unmistakable.
Fearless, dominant.
Absolutely. It signifies fearlessness, total clarity, unshakable stability, complete mastery. So when the Buddha makes this lion's roar, it's his fearless, clear, utterly stable declaration of truth. It shows his complete mastery over all wisdom. It's a statement that essentially can't be challenged, not by anyone in any realm. It just silences doubt.
Wow. And the core claim is about these 10 powers.
Precisely. That's the heart of it. The sutta states that only the Buddha referred to as the Tathagata.
Which means?
It means something like one who has thus come, or one who has thus gone. It signifies his perfect enlightenment. Anyway, only the Tathagata possesses these 10 specific powers, the Dasa Bala. And this is crucial. The text emphasizes that no one else does, not even his most enlightened disciples, the arahants.
Even those who've reached Nibbana themselves.
Correct. Not arahants, not devas. Those are celestial beings, not even the highest gods, the Brahmas.
Yeah.
This really cements his unique, unparalleled position as the ultimate guide.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting for me. These aren't just general skills, right? There are 10 specific kinds of knowledge, or yat. What makes these 10 so foundational to him being the ultimate teacher, especially for someone trying to follow the path?
That's the key point. These aren't just skills you pick up, or even advanced abilities others might share a little bit. They're profound, unique types of knowledge now. And they give the Buddha this complete, unshakable confidence. Confidence in his own understanding, yes, but critically, confidence in his ability to teach, which allows him, as the text says, to teach fearlessly and compassionately, tailored to each being's needs.
Tailored to each being. That sounds incredibly personal.
It is. It's not about reciting doctrines. It's about having this perfect, immediate grasp of the entire spiritual landscape and the specific situation of every single being he encounters, every nuance. This is what makes him the ultimate guide for you, for anyone seeking liberation. He doesn't just know a path, he knows your specific path, how to light it up for you with absolute precision. It's the ultimate teacher-follower dynamic where the guide's insight is so complete it perfectly meets every single one of your unique needs on the journey.
Okay, let's dive into these 10 pillars then, one by one. What they mean, especially what they mean for us as learners, as followers. The first one, the knowledge of what can and cannot happen. The ānātthāna-ñāṇa sounds fundamental.
It is fundamental, almost like knowing the operating system of the universe. And its implications for a guide are, huge. This power means the Buddha knows, with absolute certainty, what's possible and what's impossible. Not just guessing, but based on understanding the unbreakable laws of cause and effect of conditions. The Ika, that's a sub-commentary offering deeper insights, gives a really powerful example.
Okay. It says the Buddha knows precisely who is capable of attaining enlightenment in this very life, and who isn't. Now, this isn't judgment, it's perception. He sees the underlying causes, the conditions, their spiritual faculties. Are they ripe? Are they not ripe yet? Their karma, their readiness.
Wow. So what does that mean for someone being taught by him? For you as a learner?
Imagine having a teacher with that kind of flawless clarity about your capacity right now. It means they can guide you with perfect precision. No wasted effort on practices that just aren't right for you yet, or maybe ever in this lifetime. Instead, the path they show you is always effective, always realistic, optimized for your specific stage.
So no pushing you towards something impossible, but also no underestimating you either. Exactly. You're never asked to do something you're fundamentally not ready for, but your potential isn't overlooked either. It's like having the ultimate spiritual GPS. It knows the destination, sure, but it also knows every road condition, every potential blockage, and your car's exact capabilities, engine power, tires, everything. This deep understanding of your capacity allows the teacher to optimize your development. That builds incredible trust.
That makes perfect sense, and it leads right into the second power, understanding kamma and its results, the kammavipāka-ñāṇa. We often think of kamma as, simple cause and effect, good actions, good results, bad actions, bad results. But it sounds like this is much more intricate.
Oh, far, far more intricate. And this is where his insight is just invaluable for a follower. This power is the Buddha's complete, all-encompassing understanding of that incredibly complex web, how intentional actions, kamma, whether good or bad, operate and eventually ripen into results. Often with long delays, interacting in complex ways, it's much subtler than the simple models we usually think of.
How so?
Well, the commentary gives a key insight. It explains the Buddha knows why someone might experience terrible results, maybe even a bad rebirth. Even if they seem to be doing good deeds now, it could be due to powerful past negative kamma ripening now, overshadowing recent good actions.
So it's not always immediate or obvious.
Not at all. Think about it. You might see a very generous person suffering constant problems while someone less obviously virtuous seems to thrive. It looks paradoxical. But the Buddha, with this ñet, might see a powerful negative action from lifetimes ago finally bearing fruit. Or maybe a small but profound act of compassion from the distant past is protecting someone now. He sees the timing, the weight, the interplay of countless actions across history.
So for the follower, for you, this means?
It means a teacher who can explain why you're facing certain challenges. Not as random luck or fate, but as the unfolding of your own karmic history. And more importantly, they can show you precisely what actions, done with wisdom now, can start to dismantle that old structure of suffering you've built. It turns karma from like a scary unknown into a precise science you can work with for liberation.
That's a huge shift. Okay, the third power, sabbatthagāminī-paṭipadā-ñāṇa, seeing the path leading everywhere. Or for everyone. This sounds absolutely crucial for any real spiritual journey.
It is, and it speaks volumes about that teacher-follower dynamic. This power means the Buddha sees the precise individual path, the exact steps needed for every single being to reach liberation. Think of the sheer diversity out there. Different backgrounds, different strengths, weaknesses, conditioning. A single rigid path just wouldn't cut it for everyone.
Right. One size definitely doesn't fit all in spirituality.
Exactly. And the Buddha adds something really profound here. It says, even for those who look spiritually weak or unready or just completely uninterested from our limited view, the Buddha can still discern some hidden effective path. Maybe just a single word, a subtle gesture, a specific practice tailored just for them that nudges them forward. He sees potential where we see nothing. He sees the entry point.
So it's not a generic approach at all?
Not in the slightest. It's personalized instruction taken to the absolute limit. For you, the learner, it means the ultimate guide who always knows the right way for you. Doesn't matter how tangled your situation seems, it's like a master architect designing a custom blueprint for your specific house, knowing exactly what materials and design fit your plot of land and your needs perfectly. This insight into your specific needs makes the guidance incredibly effective. It optimizes your journey.
Moving on to the fourth, the nānādhātu-ñāṇa, knowledge of diverse elements. Is this about understanding the basic building blocks of a person, physical and mental?
Yes, it's incredibly granular, like seeing the spiritual elements or ingredients that make up a being. This power means the Buddha understands all the physical and mental constituents, the datus, that comprise existence as it manifests in each individual. It's not just knowing people have bodies and minds, it's seeing the specific qualities, the dominant energies. Is desire strong in this person? Is anger a key element? Or perhaps deep wisdom? What's the unique mix? And once he sees that balance or imbalance, he teaches accordingly.
So like a spiritual diagnostician.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But far deeper than any modern psychology, he understands the energetic, psychological, even karmic components. This lets him tailor the teaching to address your fundamental makeup, guiding you right where it's needed most at the root. If anger is dominant for you, he won't just say, be calm. He knows which specific practices, maybe loving-kindness meditation, maybe contemplating impermanence, will directly counteract and rebalance that anger in your specific system.
So the guidance isn't just general advice, it actually works on your core makeup.
Precisely. It targets the core, addresses your specific imbalances, strengthens your foundational elements. It's building from the ground up, perfectly suited to your unique composition. That ensures the teaching is truly transformative, not just intellectual.
Okay, the next one, nānādhimuttikatā-ñāṇa, knowledge of various dispositions. This sounds a bit like the last one, but maybe more about temperament or preferences. What's the difference?
That's a great question. It shows the incredible subtlety here. They're related, definitely work together, but there's a key distinction. If nānādhātu-ñāṇa is about the basic ingredients, the elements, then nānādhimuttikatā-ñāṇa is about the unique inclinations, temperaments, deep preferences, even the learning styles of each being. It's less the raw materials, more how they're arranged, how they like to interact, what approach resonates best, their natural leanings.
Okay. Like how someone learns best.
Exactly. The analogy used is like a skilled doctor prescribing by body type. A great doctor knows different constitutions respond differently to treatments. Similarly, the Buddha gives exactly the right teaching in the right way for that individual's disposition. Some people need logic and analysis. Others respond to stories, parables. Some need slow, steady steps. Others grasp things instantly. Some lean towards compassion, others analysis, others stillness. The Buddha sees all this.
So it's not just what he teaches, but how he teaches it, tailored to the person.
Precisely. It makes the teacher-follower dynamic incredibly efficient. He's not forcing a square peg into a round hole. He adapts the method, the presentation to fit your unique mind and temperament perfectly. This ensures the message hits home not just intellectually, but personally, transformationally. It uses your natural inclinations to lead you most directly to liberation.
Now this next one sounds truly mind-blowing. The indriyaparopariyatta-ñāṇa knowledge of others' spiritual faculties. You said earlier he can basically read people's inner state without a word.
It is pretty profound, yes. It goes beyond just intuition or reading body language. This power means the Buddha knows the precise state, the strength, the weakness, the balance of others' key spiritual faculties, usually listed as faith, saddha, wisdom, panya, energy, virya, mindfulness, sati, and concentration, samadhi. He sees their exact level of development instantly.
Instantly. Without asking.
That's what the alaka says. Without anyone saying a word, he just perceives it directly. He knows exactly which faculty needs boosting or which one is strong and can be leveraged.
Okay, the implications for teaching,
Right?
for guiding someone, are huge.
Absolutely huge. It allows him to be incredibly targeted. If your faith is shaky because of doubts, he knows, and can offer teachings that build confidence through reason or experience. If your concentration is already well developed, he can build on that, guide you deeper. It makes the learning process unbelievably efficient. It cuts through potentially years of desk work or trying the wrong thing that someone might face with a less perceptive guide. It's like that master physician again, instant, perfect diagnosis, leading to the precise remedy for you. It optimizes where your spiritual energy needs to go.
Moving into the deeper practices, the jhānavimokkhasamādhisamāpatti-ñāṇa, knowledge of meditative absorptions in states of liberation. This sounds vital for anyone serious about meditation.
Vital, and perhaps one of the most practically important for guiding practitioners safely. This power means the Buddha fully understands all the stages of deep concentration, the jhanas, and the various levels of liberation. Vimokha, samadhi, samapatti. He knows exactly how to enter them, stay in them, emerge from them. For himself, yes, but crucially for others too. He knows what insights each state yields. And these deep meditative states can be tricky. They can be subtle, complex, sometimes disorienting, easy to misunderstand or get stuck in without expert guidance.
So he can see exactly where someone is in their meditation.
Yes, not just theoretically, but experientially. He senses their inner landscape, their subtle shifts, their challenges. This means he can guide people safely through these deep states, prevent confusion, prevent imbalance, prevent them mistaking a temporary state for full liberation. For your practice, this is invaluable. A teacher who knows if you're stuck, if you're misinterpreting something, if you're ready for the next step, takes the guesswork out of the deepest, most delicate parts of the path, makes the journey secure, purposeful, and ultimately fruitful. It's the ultimate meditation guide.
Okay, the 8th power. Pubbenivāsānussati-ñāṇa, recollection of past lives, his own and others. This is just, wow. How does knowing past lives help him teach now?
It's definitely one of the most astonishing powers, and yeah, its teaching implications are immense. The Buddha can remember countless past lives, his own and others, stretching back through unimaginable time. It's not just memory, it's direct insight into the continuity of consciousness, how kamma weaves through lifetimes the deep roots of our suffering and attachments.
So how does that play into guiding someone today?
Well, primarily it helps him trace exactly how past actions, past kamma, shaped a being over eons. It provides this vast historical context for their present situation. Your current difficulties, your talents, your habits, they aren't random. They're the result of this huge karmic history. The Buddha sees that history. This explains why things are the way they are for you now, in a way that would otherwise be completely mysterious. For you, the learner, this builds immense trust. He understands where you're coming from, literally, across lifetimes. It explains why some things are hard for you, why you have certain inclinations. It reinforces why following his path is so effective, because he sees the whole trajectory and can offer the precise antidote based on that deep history. It shows suffering isn't arbitrary, it's caused, and so it can be ended.
That connects directly to the 9th power, doesn't it? Cutūpapāta-ñāṇa. Seeing death and rebirth. Not just remembering the past, but seeing this cycle unfold now.
Exactly. It's the present and future complement to remembering the past. This power lets the Buddha see beings dying and being reborn in all the different realms, human, animal, heavens, hells. And crucially, he sees the causes for those rebirths. He sees how actions in one life lead directly to specific future states. He observes the whole karmic process unfolding in real time.
Like watching the law of kamma in action, universally.
Precisely. It's a direct, constant observation. He uses this to show beings, beyond any doubt, that rebirth isn't random. It's strictly governed by kamma. It's a living demonstration of the moral order of the universe. This complements the other knowledge of kamma, providing this comprehensive, real-time view of samsara, the cycle of existence, foundational to the whole path. For the follower, it underscores the Buddha's absolute clarity on life and death. It's undeniable proof his teachings are based on direct, observed truth, not just philosophy. It cements his credibility as the guide out of that cycle because he sees it all so clearly.
Which brings us to the 10th and final power, the culmination. āsavakkhaya-ñāṇa, the knowledge of the destruction of the taints. This is it, right? The proof of his own enlightenment.
This is absolutely the pinnacle, the final seal on his mastery and his qualification as the ultimate teacher. This power, the āsavakkhaya-ñāṇa, is the wisdom that completely and irreversibly destroys all the mental defilements, the asavas. Often translated as taints or cankers or effluents, they're the deepest roots of suffering, craving, and being stuck in the cycle of rebirth. Usually listed as sensual desire, kamma asava, the desire for continued existence, bhava asava, and ignorance, avijja asava. Sometimes wrong views too.
And destroying these means?
It means complete liberation, nibbana, freedom from all suffering forever. The commentarial notes confirm this is the highest insight, guaranteeing irreversible freedom. And why this is so crucial for him as a teacher is that it signifies his own perfect enlightenment. He hasn't just read about the destination, he's there. He has walked the path to its absolute end, completely purified his own mind. He embodies the goal. It's the ultimate proof he knows the way. He's not guiding you based on theory, he's guiding you from the perspective of having fully achieved the end result himself. For you, the follower, that provides unwavering trust. His own perfected state is the living proof that the path works and that he is the perfect guide to show you the way.
Okay, we've gone through all 10 powers. It really paints an incredible picture. Let's circle back to that initial metaphor, the lion's roar. Now that we understand these 10 pillars, what does that roar truly signify?
Well, understanding the Dasa Bala, the 10 powers, gives the lion's roar incredible depth. It signifies that unwavering fearlessness in teaching because his knowledge is total. There's nothing hidden from him. It signifies that profound crystal clarity of wisdom, seeing reality across time, space, mind, matter. It signifies that unshakable stability and compassion because he fully understands suffering and exactly how to end it for everyone. And ultimately, it signifies his absolute mastery over truth, having realized it perfectly himself.
And that's why no one can challenge it.
Exactly. The Suta is clear. Even devas, brahmas, or rival teachers cannot oppose this roar because it is rooted in perfect, all-encompassing understanding. It's not arrogance. It's a statement of fact based on his unique attainment. His authority as the teacher is absolute because his wisdom is complete and flawless. When he speaks, it's backed by an understanding that penetrates everything. His teaching is unshakable, universally true. For you, the follower, this means absolute confidence. The path shown is the path, free from error or limitation. It creates unparalleled trust in the guide. And the commentaries, the Attaka and the Uk, they add more layers here. They talk about hierarchical knowledge.
Hierarchical knowledge.
Yeah, meaning even the arahants, fully enlightened disciples who've reached Nibbana, they don't possess all 10 powers in their full scope. They have the knowledge of destroying their own taints, maybe recalling their own past lives to some extent, but not the complete, universal, perfectly discerning range of all 10, especially regarding all other beings. This complete set belongs only to the Buddha. That's what makes his role utterly unique. There's a great simile used in the commentary about elephants.
Oh, yeah?
It describes a lineage, each elephant getting progressively stronger, maybe 10 times stronger than the last, culminating in the mythical, incredibly powerful elephant, Chadanta, that represents the Tathagata. It's a way to show that while others might have great spiritual strength, the Buddha's power and wisdom are just in a completely different league, unmatched, supreme.
Okay, that raises a really important question then, especially for us trying to grasp this teacher-follower dynamic.
Right.
Why does it matter so much that only the Buddha has all 10? What's the so what's for us?
The so what is that this uniqueness establishes his role as the teacher of gods and humans. That's the title often used. Because while arahants reach the goal themselves, and can certainly teach what they experienced, only the Buddha has the total capacity to teach the path fearlessly, accurately, and compassionately to all, perfectly tailored for you and every other single being. An arahant might show you the route they took. The Buddha sees every possible route from every starting point for every traveler and gives you the exact map you need.
So knowing this about the Buddha, it provides absolute assurance in his teachings.
Exactly. It provides that unwavering confidence that the guidance isn't just wise, it's perfectly suited to your specific needs, your disposition, your faculties, your history. He's not giving generic advice. He's prescribing the precise medicine for your specific ailment based on an omniscience no one else has. That ability to understand and adapt perfectly to the individual follower is what makes this relationship so incredibly potent and transformative. You're guided by someone who sees you completely. And just add another layer, the Yuka even connects this to the Abhidhamma, the systematic psychology of Buddhism. It uses precise terms like satana, intention, vinayat, consciousness, sakkara, mental formations, to explain how the Buddha reads and guides beings. It shows it's not just some vague mystical intuition, it's a deep, structural, almost scientific grasp of how mind and reality work that informs his teaching. Adds another level of rigor, another reason for trust. Hashtag outro.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening in? Someone trying to be genuinely well-informed, maybe about Buddhism or maybe just about what makes a truly transformative guide?
Well, the Sahana Sutta really defines the Buddha's unique role in a profound way. His 10 powers guarantee his teachings aren't just wise or kind, but perfectly tailored, infallibly accurate, and always aimed directly at your liberation, the learner's freedom. It paints this picture of a guide who stands completely alone in his ability to light the path for everyone, no matter their situation.
And it's not just some ancient doctrine, right? It feels foundational. It touches on how we know things, ethics, and definitely the art of teaching. Pedagogy is like the blueprint for the perfect spiritual education.
Absolutely. And understanding these 10 powers gives us real insight into why the Buddhist path is considered so effective and precise, and into the unparalleled wisdom of its founder. It helps explain the enduring power of the teachings, and it really clarifies that profound potential in the teacher-follower relationship when the guide possesses such complete understanding and the follower has that trust. It's a vision of guidance perfected.
You know, this deep dive into the lion's roar really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a guide could possess that kind of incredible all-seeing insight into your past, your present, your potential, every nuance of your being, how might that change your own approach? Your approach to learning, to changing yourself, to even understanding what you're capable of. Knowing that such a perfectly calibrated path, guided by such perfect insight, is actually possible. It's definitely something profound to think about. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive today. We hope you feel a little more well-informed and maybe quite a bit more inspired after exploring the Buddha's lion's roar.